Hi there, Chris the Geek figure fan here. Oh, and the time has finally come to get the Short Round figure out of the box. I'm so excited about this figure. Short Round's a character that I've been desperate for the Adventure series to include. I was so pleased during the first reveal that we got to see like a pipeline reveal of Short Round, so I've been excited about him for a while now. He's one of my favourite characters. And Ki Hai Kwan's character brings a lot of levity and heart to Temple of Doom, and that film sort of desperately needs that, because it is a dark story really. He's kind of the eyes of the audience, we get taken on that adventure through the eyes of Short Round to a certain extent. So yeah, I love his character, I love what he brings to the film. I really wish we'd seen him again, in another indie film. But yeah, no, can't contain my excitement anymore. Let's get this boulder rolling, and let's have a look at the box first. No surprises here. It's still got that photorealistic 3D rendering on the front and the back. And people who've watched my reviews before know that my favourite part of these boxes is the artwork on the side. So that kind of poster style artwork that we see for each character. And it's awesome. I love the picture that they've chosen of him hanging off that rope bridge at the end of Temple. It's brilliant. Yeah, so I'm really happy with that. That's going to look great on my shelf. And on the other side of the box, there's obviously the pictures of every character from Wave 2, and on the back there's also photographs showing all of the accessories that are in there as well. I'll try to rush through that because I really want to get him out of the box. So let's do it, let's get him out, let's see what he looks like, see what Articulation's like, and then we'll get him in some poses. So firstly, for Articulation, I've removed the fabric blue top, but at least it shows that this fabric blue top is removable. It does restrict Articulation a bit. He's still easily posable, as we'll see later on. So with the Articulation, even though he is a reduced size, he's probably closer to 4 inches than 6 inches, the Articulation is still excellent. These joints are tiny, but he's still got the same wing movement in the shoulders, he's still got great movement in his elbows and his wrists, he even has the same thigh movement that the other characters have. And one of the issues I have with some of these Indiana Jones characters is they're not very well weighted. They don't stand up of their own accord very well. But I think that Short Round is probably one of the better characters for standing without the use of a base. So he comes with 2 hats. He comes with his New York Yankees hat, which they clearly didn't have the rights to that. So he comes with his N hat. And the N stands for not in any of the other movies. And he comes with Indy's hat as well. And both hats sit fine on the character. He also comes with a burning torch, which looks excellent, a dagger, and a voodoo doll, one of the Maharaja's voodoo dolls. He also comes with the back piece to the Shankara shrine, which we'll be building in, I suppose, our last Wave 2 video. Let's get him on display, let's get him into some poses, and we'll have a chat about Short Round. So first of all, I can't say enough about how much I love this fabric top, and it makes me wish that Hasbro did this more. I know that it's probably not as well made, but it gives me that feeling of, when you see those Mezco figures or the Hot Toys figures where every effort is made to simulate accuracy and reality to the character in the film. And that's what this top does. It makes Short Round unique because we've seen reveals of all of the Wave 3 figures as well, so we know that there aren't any other figures with this fabric design. And you combine that with his Yankees hat that's also got the blue on it as well, that can be, front facing or backwards facing, and it's really impactful. I really like the detail on the pants as well. I think they look great. It's a good brown. I think it looks pretty accurate to the film. And the little pumps that he's got on, the little shoes he's got on as well, and you can see with the figure that, the figure's not wearing socks. So yeah, it's just all looks really good. Moving on to the next, the Indiana Jones hat fits on perfectly. And I suppose that makes some of us wonder why we couldn't have got a removable hat in the Indy figures. But with this, because he's a reduced size, his head is smaller, so that hat can go on and off without making that hat look much larger than its standard size. Having the hat on him is really effective though. Makes you think of that scene in the movie where he's trying to imitate Indy while Indy's talking. I love that, so that's really cool. And yeah, I'm really pleased with this figure. I'll talk a little bit about the face sculpt for a second. I think the face sculpt is fairly generic. It might be because it's a slightly smaller size that it was harder to add actor-specific detail to it, but it does just kind of look like, a generic sort of East Asian face. There's not really anything that makes it look specifically like that character. Maybe I'm being a bit hard on it there. This torch, on the other hand, I absolutely love this torch. That plastic effect on top to simulate the fire is awesome. And it really does look accurate to the film as well. That torch that Short Round uses to burn Indy to wake him out of his sort of blood-induced brainwashing is brilliant. It kind of fits into his hand. It's a little bit difficult, and he can only hold it right at the bottom because of the diameter of this torch. It is quite difficult to get it in his hand, but once it's in, it does stay. And with the jacket off, you can see the detail of his vest, his under top, the beige. You can see the detail on that is probably the most detailed part of the figure. The line work and the seam all around this beige top is brilliant. And then even the fact that it moves and it opens, it opens up as well, even though it's that kind of rubberized attempt at simulating fabric that we see on all of the other Indiana Jones figures. It is malleable enough, you can see the vest underneath. So there's layers to the figure. There's 3 distinct layers to this figure that are equally impressive, and I really like that. And I love this little dagger and voodoo doll combination. I suppose when we think of the dolls, we think of the Maharaja and using one of the little pins to stab Indy while he's trying to fight the thuggy guards. There's a lot of detail to that little thing. There's even like a tiny little whip on this crazy fingernail-sized accessory. It's brilliant how much detail there is on that. Crazy, really. But yeah, this is an excellent figure. This is top tier adventure series. This is right here. Looking forward to getting Zombie Indy out next so that we can have them reunite. But yeah, no, I'm very pleased with this. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this figure? Is it one that you've got? I mean, are you happy with the face sculpt? Are you happy with the figure in general? Or is it one that you're looking at getting? Yeah, I'd be really interested to know. Please pop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. And please consider subscribing to my channel as well for future news and reviews. I'm trying to achieve my first 1,000 subscribers, so if you could please help me in that goal, that would be amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today. Everyone, please take care. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.